Hello everyone! Today we are going to continue learning about Unit 3. This is the second video about Unit 3. We are going to learn the past simple of the verb to be. Now let's read this sentence. It is sunny today. And have a look at this one. It was rainy yesterday. Today, yesterday. You are taller this year. You were short 2 years ago. This year, 2 years ago. As I said before, today you're going to learn the past simple form of the verb to be, which means was and were. We use the past simple of the verb to be to talk about things that existed or happened in the past. With I, he, she, it, and any other singular noun, we use was. With we, you, they, and any other plural noun, we use were. Now let's see the time expressions that we can use with the past simple. We can use yesterday, yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, in 1990, in 2016, 2 days ago, 3 years ago, 5 hours ago, last night, last week, last month, last year, and etc. Mary is slim now. She was fatter last year. This is about the present time, so we used is with Mary. But have a look at this one. Last year is about the past, so we used was with she. I am in London this week. This week is about the present time, so we used am with I. I was in Paris last week. This is about the past, so we used was with I. Now let's see how we can make positive sentences with was and were. I was at home last night. She was 10 years old in 2010. He was my best friend at school. It was very hot yesterday. Art was my mom's favorite subject. Jack was the best player in the team. We were happy at the party. You were the tallest student in your class. The children were in the garden. As we said before, we use was with I, he, she, it, or any other singular noun, and we use were with we, you, they, and any other plural noun. Now let's see how we can make negative sentences with was and were. With I, he, she, it, or any other singular noun, we use was not or wasn't. With we, you, they, and any other plural noun, we use were not or weren't. Let's see this example. It isn't rainy today. This is about the present time, so we used isn't to talk about it. But now look at this one. It wasn't sunny yesterday. It is about the past, so we used wasn't here. You aren't short this year. You weren't tall 2 years ago. This year is about the present time, so we used aren't with you. But 2 years ago is about the past, so we used weren't with you. Mary isn't fat now. She wasn't slim last year. It is about the present time, so we used isn't with Mary. But this is about last year. It is about the past, so we used wasn't with she. I'm not in Paris this week. I wasn't in London last week. This is about the present time, so we used am not here. And it is about the past, so we use was not or wasn't here. Now let's see how we can make negative sentences with was and were. I wasn't at home last night. She wasn't 10 years old in 2010. He wasn't my best friend at school. It wasn't very hot yesterday. Art wasn't my mom's favorite subject. Jack wasn't the best player in the team. We weren't happy at the party. You weren't the tallest student in your class. The children weren't in the garden. So, as we said before, we use wasn't or was not with I, he, she, it, or any other singular noun, and we use weren't with we, you, they, or any other plural noun to make negative sentences with the past form of the verb to be. Now let's see how we can ask questions with was and were. We use was with I, he, she, it, and any other singular noun. And we use were with we, you, they, and any other plural noun. Was it rainy yesterday? Let's see. Yes, it was. Was Mary slim last year? Let's see. No, she wasn't. Were you in Paris last week? No, I wasn't. Were the children in the garden 2 hours ago? Let's see. Yes, they were. Now let's see how we can ask questions and give short answers with was and were. Were you at home last night? We need to give a positive short answer. So, yes, I was. Was she 10 years old in 2012? We need to give a negative short answer. So, no, she wasn't. Was Mike your best friend at school? Here we need to give a negative short answer. So, no, he wasn't. Was it very hot yesterday? We need to give a positive short answer. Yes, it was. Were you and your friends happy at the party? Here we need to give a positive short answer. Yes, we were. Were the children at home 2 hours ago? Here we need to give a negative short answer. So no, they weren't. What about the WH questions with was and were? Where were you at 10:30 last night? I was at home at 10:30 last night. As you can see here, we put the WH question word first, and then we use was or were and the subject. When was your last holiday? It was 2 years ago. How many children were there in the park in the morning? There were 5 children in the park in the morning. Who was your best friend when you were a little child? John was my best friend when I was a little child. Now, let's use the past form of the verb to be to fill in the blanks. Look at the first one, please. This house blank very expensive before. This house is singular, so we have to use was here. Look at the second one. English and maths blank my favorite subjects last year. English and maths. Two things are mentioned here, so we have to use were. English and maths were my favorite subjects last year. Jack's story blank the funniest story in the class. Here, Jack's story is singular, so we have to use was here. We blank the best players in the team. Jack was better than us. Here it says Jack was better than us, so we should use weren't here. We weren't the best players in the team. Kim blank happy with her exam result. Her result was the worst in our class. So, Kim wasn't happy with her exam results. The next one is a question. Blank this MP3 player cheaper than yours. This MP3 player is singular, so we should use was here. Was this MP3 player cheaper than yours? And what about the short answer? No, it wasn't. There is a WH question here. Were blank your parents yesterday? Your parents is a plural noun, so we should use were here. Where were your parents yesterday? They were at the cinema with their friends. This is the end of our lesson. Goodbye, everyone.